Bulwarks are one of the, if not the most, annoying enemy types in Darktide. Maybe Sniper takes the top slot for you, but that's another day's video, though not much to say there other than just duck real good. Due to wonky and immeasurably complex hitbox technology, their shield wraps quite a deal around them, with only their back properly exposed to the elements. This is logged as an issue, but isn't really top priority either, so sit tight while they occupy the stickiest enemy for some time. The good news is what is not wrapped in carapace and annoyance is wrapped in nothing but the unyielding birthday suit. So if you are brewing an anti-monstrosity weapon, this will likely be a worthy weapon to be knocking those baddies around with as well. Otherwise, most weapons will output quite decent damage against them, so long as you can get behind them or crack them out of their shielded stance. Now regardless of your intended strategy, calling them out to your team as a priority target is the best first go-to. Whether you can dance them or not, a call-out is always appreciated, and if you choose to outdance them, your team can capitalize on an opening should they turn around. Besides that, I find that there are a few simple ways in dealing with them. The most simple strategy is to tank them, either pulling their aggro to expose their behind to your team, or capitalizing on their unwavering focus to your team by planting axe swings into their spinal column. This isn't the most ideal strategy, but for most melee-focused players, it's immediately available, and enough players hate Bulwarks that after marking them, you'll have their support if they are free. Next is similar to tanking, but actually dancing them proper. By performing tight dodges and slides, you can still strike them even if they have aggro. This strategy is much easier if you bring a weapon that can effectively stagger the Bulwark on first strike, which lets you score further hits without need of spamming more dodge slides or other maneuverability techniques. What weapons can do so effectively will be listed in a later section of this video. This strategy, and by extension tanking as well, have a glaring weak spot however, which is accompanying adds complicating your situations. If a Bulwark is surrounded by a horde, you may find it difficult or downright impossible to really effectively tussle with it. In this case, the best move is to fall back, tighten your coherency, and separate the Bulwark from its friends by way of purgation. Once its friends are firmly in the past tense, the tank or dance strategy can comfortably be taken once more. However, by far, the easiest way to deal with them is to crack them open and lay into them with supporting fire. This, based on team comp and personal arsenal preferences, may not always be available, but certain weapons possess enough stagger to either stagger them with attacks straight to their shield, or stagger them with a single side blow. Regardless, either will be leaving them open to you or your team to punish appropriately for their crimes against your sanity. If you're wondering what weapons can easily stun Bulwarks on command, look no further. I've done this research painstakingly for all weapons already, and every class has some level of access too. Let's dive in. First up naturally is the Bolter, which breaks down shields very easily. Next up is the Hammer, which tends to be effective, though to really be able to put in a good kill shot, it takes a little extra maneuverability. Next up is the Crusher, which does do a good job at opening them up, similarly to the Hammer, but because it is a bit faster to be able to pull off swings with, it does also allow a little bit better of comboing with it as well. Moving on to some Psyker-specific items here, the Brain Blast does a very good job at both opening them up for your allies as well as delivering a decent amount of damage. The Force Staff also opens them up very well, though keep in mind that it needs to be charged up a certain amount to be able to properly open them. No one is surprised about it, but the Surge Staff also does a very good job at holding them and opening them as well. The Plasma Gun, though a little clunky, also can open them up and allow you to repeatedly pop their shield and then shoot them in the head. My favorite Ogi weapon, the Grenade Gauntlet, also will open them up on first shot and then allow you to continuously dribble them, which also re-staggers, so very good. The Power Maul, also similarly to their Zealot's counterpart, will open them up and allow you to get additional swings in and combo them into one another. With the Shovel, we are now moving into territory where we are staggering as part of our dancing strategy, and then using this to get free open hits as well as make it easier for our allies to dump DPS on our foes. So here the Shovel can knock them down, and very easy to lay in heavies. The Tactical Axe will allow you to stagger, though keep in mind this does not apparently carry on to combat axes. The Ripper Gun is a bit odd in the sense that it is a multi-fire weapon that has the ability to crack after enough firing, though more notably here is using the Bayonet in that dancing strategy to open them up. Cleaver, similarly to the Shovel, can stagger them with its secondary ability and then allow you to slap into them, same with the Zealot's Heavy Sword. The kickback is a bit more knacky, but damn is it fun to use in the mists of battle. I mean, it is just so much fun to open them up and then pop them with a hip fire. Next up, we're starting to dig into our explosive options, which starts with the Rumbler, which does not do damage when it is a frontal explosion, similarly to all others, however will knock them down quite well. And similarly, with the exact same logic, is the Frag Grenade, which will not do any damage if it is in front of the bulwark, however will do a decent amount of staggering should it be behind or to their side. And finally, though not exactly least, is the Stub Grenade, which is not known for its high damage, but is very good at holding them still to be able to follow up with high DPS outflow. And as a bonus, the box also opens them right the fuck up and allows you to pop them in the head. Very fun. And that's all for this video, folks. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment if I missed anything, and have a great day. See ya.